Hello and good morning or evening to you. I guess that depends on which way the water spins when you flush the porcelain turd collector. Regardless, hope you're doing well. Wanted to do a video on one of the new features with Thetis regarding the Thetis Discord bot. Um, this is a new feature. It's been available in the last couple versions of Thetis that will allow you to send a message to the Thetis Discord server, the Thetis bot, to show when you're online, if you're away, QRT if you're QSYing, um, QRXing, starting a net, stopping a net, etc. It's kind of a neat little feature to let others know where, when um, you're operating with Thetis. And you can view this a couple different ways. One in the Thetis server itself on the Thetis bot feature. And the other way is a way I'm going to show you how to set up inside of Thetis itself to have another container that displays messages when they're sent by others. So with that, let's hop over to the main monitor here, and we'll get things set up and configured. So I'm going to do this with the HL2 version of Thetis, but regardless, this feature is now available in the 2.10.3.8 version for the HL2s, but I believe this came out in either the 3.6 or the 3.7 version for the Anon radios. I think it was the 3.7. Anyways, it's pretty simple to set up, and you can see where I've got some buttons active over here in a container that show active away if you're doubled, calling CQ, QRV, QRT, QSY, QRX, etc. You can also show the version number of the software that you're running, of the Thetis software. And if you want to do a net, starting a net and finishing a net. And the way I have this set up with mine is I have another container that I've moved down here that displays these when somebody populates or presses one of the buttons, so that those show up in here. And you can also view this on the Thetis Discord server itself. See if I've got, so if you go into the Thetis Discord server and there's a Thetis bot here, you'll see a listing of, when somebody's made one of those comments or posts through the application. Now, you do get a little more text that's displayed on the actual Discord, Thetis Discord page on the Thetis bot. Like you'll see in the brackets, the little more information that's in here, and I'll show you where you put that. And you can filter based on some of these words or text comments. You can do some filtering that only shows when those posts have been containing keywords, for example, or you can hide posts made by individuals, call signs, keywords. So there's a few options to do with this, so it's really nice. So thank you, Richie, once again for another really neat application to keep the Thetis community informed and other Thetis users in the loop when other guys running Thetis are around and on the air. Really neat feature. Think of it as a Thetis spotting tool, I guess. Anyways, so you can view this stuff on the Thetis Discord server, which I'll link in the video to get to this. You do not have to have a Discord account in order to use this feature. You will need to actually have a Discord account to come over to the Discord server and log in there and be able to view it here. But I'm going to show you another way that I've been using here the last couple of days since Richie kind of explained it to me how to set this up. That you can actually view this in a container inside of Thetis or on another monitor or however you want to do it. So let's get back over to Thetis itself. And we're going to go to Setup, the Setup tab. And the first thing you're going to want to do is go into the Serial Network MIDI cat panel. And you'll see a new tab here at the very end called Discord Link. So click on it. You're going to put your call sign in the call sign field here and click Enable. Now you can include timestamps as you saw earlier, and you can see down here where there's timestamps on the comments that you make by pressing the buttons over here, which I'll show you how to set up as well. You can also, the tags in here, which are the keywords that I was explaining earlier. You have an ignored list and you have a filter list here as well. So if you hover over these, you'll get a little more info. Hover over them and clicking them. All these fields are comma separated list of strings, and this one here will, if you put Hermes in here or whatever, or HL2, if you wanted to put something in the ignore list, if somebody has HL2 or Hermes in their string field, their tags up here, you can ignore that. You can filter, again, more information by hovering over the text and clicking the little information button in here. These are case sensitive as well. And again, they're comma separated. So if you're not a member of the Discord server, when you come over here, you can click the tab and it will bring you up to create an account for the Discord server and logging in. I've already got an account, so it took me right into here. But if you don't have an account, you can certainly sign up by clicking that in there, the hyperlink. And let me minimize that again. So the first thing after you do this, you're going to click apply, and then you want to come over to your appearance button and your multimeters button. So the first thing to get this box container up, you would go ahead and create another container. I'm not going to do this, but I will walk through what I've done with mine. So in mine, that would be the container 3. And in the list on the left, you're going to select Discord buttons. And then you would populate it over here by clicking the include item. Once you include it, you can click on it, and then you'll get a few more options over here. Now, one thing to note, the color buttons over here for this really don't do too much. You can change the color and the font of the text that's displayed up in the buttons themselves by clicking the drop down box here for the colors. And again, likewise, clicking on the font, you can change the font style and the size. And then once you have your container, you can lay them out in 3 column. Clicking this, you'll get the number of columns that are there. Like I've just gone to 3 columns there, which is going to be hard to see for me. It's back to 2, but you can resize these and adjust the borders, the height ratios, and whatever, and then move your container wherever it's convenient for you. inside of Thetis itself, over on another display. Just like your metering, you can drag these guys around wherever you want to. So that's that's how you get the button layout for the Thetis Discord bot. And then you would click apply again for that. And then the fourth container that I have is the one down here, container 4, for the text overlays. And this is how you get whatever is clicked on in this to populate and show in this container here. So once you create another container, you're going to, on the left-hand side, you want to select the text overlay option in here. I actually have 4 lines of text to show up here. So every one of these text overlays is a single line. So depending on how many text overlay fields you want to have, how many scrolling fields you want to have, that is going to depend on how many text overlay items you have in the column on the right. So for every one of these you want to have, you're going to need to add a text overlay. So each one is a single line. So the first one I have here is item number 1, or actually item 0, which would be the most recent comment that is made with using the Thetis bot. So actually in the text overlay here, in the received text, you would want to include this statement. It's %, and this is all lowercase. So %, Discord, _ bot, BOT, equals 0, and then followed by a %. So the 0 would be the most recent comment that somebody's clicked on, or a button that somebody's clicked on. And then for text overlay number 2, it's the same thing. All of these text fields are going to be starting with %, Discord, _ the word bot, equals, and then 1 for the second overlay here, and then the % again. So you continue down for each one of your text overlays, and you just add a number after the equal sign, and then %. So the third one would be the third one would be item number 2, and the fourth one would be 3. So you can have as many of these as you want to. I think up to, don't hold me to this, I think there's a limit of 40, which is, that's a pretty long list. I don't think you'd want to actually have 40, but if you wanted to, I guess you could do that. I think 3 or 4 is probably a good number to start with, maybe even 2. But in here, you can also use the filtering commands as well for this for these fields. So that's how I have this set up, and it's pretty simple, pretty easy to use. And again, you can change the text fonts for each line. Remember, every overlay statement is going to have its own font and color, so you could alter these back and forth if you wanted to. Like you could make the second one, if I wanted to make this a different color, I could come down to receive the font, change the color to orange, and then you'll see that, the second line down is now orange. So you can change the coloring of the text that's displayed. And you can also, like in the button setup, you can change the font that's being used as well, just by going to the font tab and selecting what font and style and the size of the font that you want to use. And you just move your container wherever you want to, resize it. You have your offsets in here for the borders and everything else, and the text offsets. So pretty simple to use. And then just click on, if you're active on a particular frequency, or you're just active in general. Actually, let me back that up. If you're active in general, just around, you would click active, and it'll show that, as an example, when I did this earlier, that I'm active. And then if you click QRV, it's going to show that, I'm listening. Like earlier this morning, I was listening on 3.999 with some of the guys up there. And, QRT, QRX, QSY. If you're calling DX, if you click this, it's not going to show up now. Down here in mine, it is filtered by the last comments, and it does filter out your particular call when you're clicking on these, just like it would do on the Thetis bot itself over on the Discord server. So if somebody else was to click in here, you'd get a new message that would pop up in spot number 1 here, which would be the most recent. So that's the most recent message at the top, which is the 0. And then preceding messages are followed down here below that. So pretty neat little tool. And let you stay in touch with other Thetis users and let them know where you are. If you click a version number in here, like Reed is MO0BOT, the guy that writes the updates for the HL2s. Just saw that scroll past here. I'll let it scroll again. Where he was, click that and was running version 2.10.3.8 for the HL2 beta 2. So I think Reed is working, beans that's beta 2, is working on hopefully the mic issue that we have in the HL2, the Hermes Light version right now. So that's a good sign. So hope everybody has a great day, a great week, and we'll look for you again. Thanks for watching.